The Dallas Cowboys are set to play the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football. I get to go watch this team play, and I'm honestly a lot more excited to see this game now that the Cowboys have DeMarvion Overshown coming back, Savon Ravel coming back. They traded for Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, and as down and out as we were after the Cardinals' loss, it feels like we're in a completely different spot than we were 2 weeks ago. So in today's video, I want to discuss if this is going to be the game changer that makes Dallas go on a run and potentially win out and even make the playoffs. I know it sounds crazy, but we're also going to look at the other side. Are we expecting too much? I want to evaluate how much of a leap the defense can make with these pieces coming back, but also give you guys a little bit of a reality check. So let's not waste any time and get into it. It's not breaking news that the Cowboys defense has been bad this season, not just bad, but historically bad at the bottom of the league in yards given up per game, run yards allowed, passing yards allowed, just penalties and first downs. It's been really rough. I mean, this team couldn't win a game where their offense scored 40 at home. They also had to give up 40. And if you guys say that you're not excited to see the defense play, I don't blame you at all. But it does feel a little bit different with guys like DeMarvion Overshown coming back and Savon Ravel. We got the news yesterday or the day before that Overshown and Ravel are going to play in the game against the Las Vegas Raiders. For Overshown, I just feel like he's been the biggest what if. The biggest what if he hadn't gotten hurt, if he hadn't suffered 2 season-ending knee injuries, one that was really bad in Week 14 of 2024, and leading up to that game, he was having a really good season. He had 90 combined tackles, he had 5 sacks, an interception, a pick 6, and a fumble recovery in those 13 games. Obviously, it was ended by a really, really bad knee injury. He's been on the PUP list for the beginning of 2025, and then they recently opened his 21-day practice window, and now it is confirmed he's going to be active and playing in this game. The Cowboys' 3rd round pick in Savon Ravel, who many had graded as a first round corner. I had him at the beginning of the 2nd round, played at ECU, suffered an ACL injury his final season in college, wasn't going to be ready for the beginning of this one. It's why he fell to the 3rd round. A lot of people said he's probably a first round corner or at least in that top 40 range if he doesn't have the ACL, and it makes all the sense in the world why the Cowboys chose him. They like to do that. It's the Blue Star Special. Typically, it's in the 2nd round, and I really think that Dallas would have taken Ravel in the 2nd round if Donovan Ezaraku hadn't fallen to that spot. Much like Overshown, they opened up his 21-day practice window, and now he's going to be on the 53-man roster and playing against the Raiders. Those 2 moves are enough to get fans excited. I mean, they've been really bad at linebacker. The Cowboys have been really bad at corner. It makes sense why you're looking at these 2 guys and saying, okay, Overshown is probably better than what we've seen out there on the field this year, and Ravel was maybe a first-round corner. To see him out there on the field, you don't love what you've seen from your corners this year. It makes sense. Those moves are exciting. What makes them even more exciting is the fact that they got Quinnen Williams in a really big trade. Dallas sent a 2026 2nd-round pick and a 2027 1st-round pick and Mozzie Smith in return for Quinnen Williams, a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 2022 first-team All-Pro. He has been magnificent. And for an organization as a whole, not just this year's team, they haven't been able to stop the run. They've tried drafting defensive tackles. They've tried drafting them in the 1st round. They've tried drafting defensive tackles in the 4th and 5th round, the 7th round, and just nothing has worked. This feels like the first time in a long time that they're not going to bargain bin shop and sign these vet minimum deals, hoping that they can just plug the gap on the interior. You go out, you get Quinnen Williams, a real, true difference maker. Before that trade, they go and get Logan Wilson from the Bengals. They sent a 2026 7th-round pick to Cincinnati, and they get Logan Wilson, who's had multiple 100 tackle seasons. I know, guys, the tackle stats, the box score stuff doesn't always indicate how good a linebacker's playing. We figured that out over the years. But at one point in his career, Logan Wilson was a big, big part of that Cincinnati defense. He's not the player that he once was, but I will tell you, He is better than a majority or most or all of the linebacker play that we've seen so far this season. So you take those 4 guys. Overshown is an athletic freak. The instincts, the ability to find the ball, tackles for loss, just flashy all-around player and excellent football player. And then Wilson, very aware, very on top of things, can play downhill, make solid tackles. Those 2 guys upgrade your linebacker room. Then you have Quinnen Williams, who's going to be able to take on double teams and help those guys at the second level and destroy plays on his own. So the 2 levels that you've had the most issues with this year, you get 3 new players added back. That's enough to get anybody excited about what this team could do after the bye week. You added not only depth, because now guys that were playing are going to be able to rotate in more. They're not expected to play 40, 50, 60 snaps a game, so they're able to rotate in. And then you just get that much more talent added back. It couldn't have come at a better time, because we're in the critical part of the season to where Dallas really has to win out the rest of their games if they want a legitimate chance at the playoffs. Is it possible? 100%. Nothing is impossible in the NFL. If you've watched the NFL long enough, you should definitely know that. It is not impossible until you are mathematically out of the playoffs. And getting these 4 or 5 guys back is definitely going to help. So if you're excited, I don't blame you at all, right? I am too, and if we go out there against the Raiders, who don't have a very good offense anyway, and Dallas puts on a good performance against them, I will feel better about this team. 1, because of the talent. 2, because it's the Raiders. Like, if you're not playing a good offense, a defense with Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson and DeMarvion Overshown and Savon Ravel, it should look better. With the offense that Dallas has, if they can get back on track, kind of hit a slump in the past couple of games, if they can get back on track, the defense just needs to be in the top 25, the top 20. You're getting inside the top 20, I think you really got a chance to start winning some games. I don't blame people if they're excited about the rest of the season, which is really nice as a Cowboys fan. We were coming out of that Cardinals game, and it just felt like it was completely over. I was probably going to be doing mock draft stuff, making videos about what this team needs, how to rebuild this offseason. Instead, you go get Quinnen Williams, you get Logan Wilson, Overshown gets activated, same with Savon Ravel, and suddenly it looks very different. If I've learned anything from watching all of the NFL football that I have, you can never fully 100% expect it to make that much of a difference. There are risks and caveats with everything. We went into this year like, okay, the defense is missing talent here, and here. You got rid of Micah Parsons. But you know what? Donovan Wilson could have a really great year. And Kyer Elam, you might have got a steal from the Buffalo Bills. They wanted to get rid of it. What's going on, everybody? I wanted to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video and all football season long, Sleeper. I love their app. They have so many things that you can do. But this week, I am making picks on the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. Rashid Shaheed in his first game with Seattle, more than 30.5 receiving yards. He's a downfield threat. He's going to get 30.5 yards. And then I'm going to take Matthew Stafford, less than 259.5 passing yards. Why? Because that Seattle defense has been disgusting all year long. I don't think Stafford's going to throw for nearly 300 yards against that defense. And then I'm going to go less than 59.5 rushing yards for Kyren Williams. $5 with a 30% boost. They're always giving boosts on these things and promos. $5 wins 30 for 12. And if you guys want to play Sleeper, you can sign up with my code DoubleMove, get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Now, let's get back into it. It's not smart to go about it like that. That's why you could be cautiously optimistic right now. If you start going down the list and naming off these guys, Overshown is coming off a major knee injury, surgery, ACL, MCL, PCL. He hasn't played football, had legitimate football contact since that injury, which is coming up on a year ago. He hasn't been asked to take on blockers at the second level or undercut a block here or get downhill and play downhill. And I fully expect that Matt Eberflus and Brian Schottenheimer and all those guys, the front office, player personnel, are going to say, take it easy on him. He doesn't need to play more than, maybe 5 to 10 snaps. That might sound crazy, but it's just not going to be a lot to start out. Logan Wilson, he's probably going to get thrown out there right at the beginning. I don't want to put all of the pressure on Overshown to say, okay, you save this team, you save this defense, because I don't think it's going to happen right off the bat. 2025 isn't very likely. You hope he can come back in 2026 and be the player that we saw in 2024. I don't put anything past him. Apparently his rehab has went very, very well. He looks good. He said he feels good. Once again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but also can't put it all on him if he does look like a little bit of that explosiveness has been reduced. Then you look at Savon Ravel, who is a rookie cornerback. Even without the ACL injury, without falling to the third round, it's hard to expect a rookie corner to come in and change a defense. Okay, he's coming off the ACL, and not even mentioning that he's a rookie. That's a tough injury to come back from for any player. A guy that's in his second year, his third year. That can sap some of your explosiveness and you not be the same player. You might not trust that leg. We saw it with Michael Gallup. We saw it with Terrence Steele. It takes time to eventually get back to the player that you once were. I think it's unfair to Ravel to have these really high expectations of him. If he doesn't perform, we just automatically assume that he's not good at football, or he stinks, or Dallas missed on taking him in the third round. I don't think that's fair at all to put those kind of expectations on him. Now for the trades that they made. Logan Wilson, I think, I sound so negative right now. There's a reason that the Cincinnati Bengals, he wasn't playing as much there, and they were willing to move on for a 7th round pick. They just don't think he has it anymore. While it is better than any linebacker play that you've had so far this year, it might still just not be good enough. The only one on this list where we should say you have to play well, we are expecting you to play well no matter how the defense looks at all, is Quinnen Williams. Cowboys gave up a ton of draft capital. He's proven that he's that guy over the past 6 years in the NFL. He has an All-Pro under his belt, 3 Pro Bowls. I went and watched the film from this year. He is fantastic. I do expect him to make an impact. Is he going to save the defense? I doubt it. But what could is all of these guys playing well. I'm really excited. I think it's nice to come out of the bye week and have a little bit of hope because you're getting all these guys back. Maybe you can see some changes. Again, I don't think that this defense needs to be top 15, top 10 for you to compete. The offense is talented enough, and once they get back on track, if your defense can, get some stops here and there, you might have a chance to make a run at the end of the year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I'm going to Vegas, so there's probably not going to be any more videos this week. If you're going to the Raiders game, let me know. Comment down below. It'd be cool to see you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.